Most likely to get famous for an embarrassing TikTok trend.
Owen.
Yeah.
Owen, yes. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say Caleb because he's actually on TikTok. so like,
No, Owen. There's a video of him going around of the Renegade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he already has those kind of ones.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rocky Students Podcast.
Some lady came up to me at church today and just said,
Sometimes you need a little bit of Jesus.
she's like, sometimes you just need a little Jesus. And they gave me a little Jesus.
Okay, I've been seeing these little Jesuses like going around. I thought it was like a little kid who's been handing them out. It's like an old lady.
No, she's like my mom's age. She went on like the Kenya trip or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, but like, she knows my mom because they like did a couple things together at like the,
Yeah.
or whatever. And she like came and she's like, sometimes you just need a little Jesus. And they gave me a little Jesus.
Wait, let me see that thing.
It's so funny.
Sometimes you just need come to church and see a little bit of Jesus. Someone's going to give you a little Jesus. That's how it goes. Hey, everyone, welcome back to the Rocky Students Podcast. We are doing something different today because we got freshman boys taking over the podcast. So we're going to call it like the student takeover because we've never done this before, right? And we got Mac featured. You know, he's back there on the couch watching the legendary Lion Guard. The Lion Guard's good. It was cool because these guys, they've been meeting up every Sunday morning, and they came to me today, and they were like, hey, not today, a couple weeks ago, and they were like, hey, we want to chat about just sports and faith, and what does it look like to be an athlete who follows Jesus? And I was like, let's do it. Let's have you guys take over. So I'm excited about this. We're just talking about how Jesus, how we can represent him in sports, and sports is awesome. I love sports. I got to be a part of it. So, as always, that's a little bit of like my intro, but we always do a ChatGPT intro if you've been around for a little bit. And this one was fun, all right? So ChatGPT said, welcome the Lost Boys to the pod. They no longer believe axe spray is the answer to everything. And when not distracted by the second star to the right, these guys are Neverland legends. Featuring Caleb as Peter Pan, Tyler as Captain Hook, Connor as Tinkerbell, Mason as the crocodile. He's not going to be here today, so he can't defend himself. The next person, Judah was going to be sweet, but Judah ain't here today. That's how it goes. And Owen as Michael's teddy bear. Can you guys please welcome the freshman guys to the pod? Welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in. I told you couldn't be reading my notes early because you all are the Lost Boys.
You're not Tinkerbell.
I'm Captain Hook.
I was kind of interested.
I'm actually okay with being a teddy bear.
Listen.
At least I'm not Tinkerbell.
I know. Dude, Michael's teddy bear is like a huge character. You guys like being the Lost Boys?
Yeah.
I like the sound.
Have you
of
heard that song? It's like
The Lost Boys.
From Neverland, hanging out with Peter Pan. Wait, who am I again?
You
Am I
know the
Peter
whole
Pan?
You're Peter Pan.
Yo.
Wait, what was Tyler's Captain
Yeah, you're the
Hook.
one who can't.
Yeah,
I'm
you
the
keep
alpha
losing your
rival.
shadow.
I'm the teddy bear.
You might be the alpha, but somehow you
What are you talking,
can't keep
Caleb?
track of your shadow.
No,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
what mean.
I'm the teddy bear.
Yeah, you were Captain Hook.
I never
Oh.
remember the Peter Pan story. Like I remember like Peter Pan and Captain Hook fighting. That's about it.
I mean, that is a big part of the story,
Yeah,
so
but
you
like-
at least remember the main parts.
I only remember
So
seeing
you're
the
set.
animated movie. It was a good movie. Though.
Is axe still the answer to everything?
No,
No.
absolutely
No.
not.
I don't think I've
Well,
used
so
axe since
no,
I was 9
it depends
I've
though.
never used
I mean, when
that.
you
I feel
watch-
like if you get like I have like a non-strong axe. You know?
It's
Wear it every day.
It's
No,
not
it
even that
depends,
axe is
like-
like a bad smell. I just don't like spray on bodies.
Didn't we ask
My brother
Bob
actually the other day he was back from college and he said, like I asked him I was like, does this like smell bad if I put like too much axe? And he's like, nah, you can only put a little bit or like it makes you throw up. It's true though.
You remember our summer camp bombs?
Oh my
We
gosh,
bug
yeah.
spray bombed your cabin.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh,
2 years ago.
That was bad.
jeez.
That was bad.
We had to like lock our door.
Who was it with?
Yeah.
Didn't we have Billy? That was.
Really?
I don't know.
He was the
Anyways, it was
oldie
crazy.
cheerleader, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was like the Niwot versus the
Frederick.
the
yeah, in
Frederick
Camp Como.
kids at Camp Como.
Yeah.
Just
Kept axe
axing
bombing.
There is a thing, like, when you get done with a game, it might be worth just, like, a quick spray.
Yeah.
That could always be helpful, but
I did that
just
the
put
other
on
day.
deodorant.
Yeah.
You know,
Bring
put on
deodorant.
deodorant.
But sometimes
Because
like you
I
need
feel
like your
deodorant's
whole body
smaller,
though, cause
too, like travel size.
Yeah, get a little travel size one.
Axe bodies.
Some people might not know you guys, but I want to just do a little, like, who is most likely to out of the four of you.
ooh,
Okay.
okay.
All right, so you guys got to, like, we're just going to go, and it's just going to see who's going to stick with. So who is most likely out of the four of you to go bald first?
Probably me, cause
Tyler.
my
Yes,
dad.
Tyler.
Definitely
Yeah.
Tyler.
You because your dad?
Tyler, we
I
need
mean,
to like
kinda,
find
yeah.
a
Just give off
picture.
that energy,
The-
Tyler.
I don't know.
You give off
I wouldn't
bald
even be
guy
like mad
energy.
as being bald. Like if I'm balding, I'll go bald. Like
Well, because last year he put checkers in his head. You remember for basketball season? Like when he was reffing.
I don't think anyone. There's one video in it that he covered up it, so I can't find any pictures.
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
I
it.
went
And then
to
he
the
ended
game
up
you were
having, like, a
reffing and you had,
1.
like, a
So
checker
he's
in the back
basically
of your
bald.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to shave everything.
Yeah, the dude. I made a bet, and he was like, "Nah, that's so bad. You could just buzz it off. I don't even."
Yeah.
Care, so.
All right, so Tyler's most likely to go bald.
Yep.
Most likely to get famous for an embarrassing TikTok trend.
Owen.
Yeah.
Oh, and yes. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say Caleb because he's actually on TikTok. so
No,
like,
no, Owen. There's a video of him going around.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Is it act-
The
is it
Renegade?
actually- Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he already has a kind of one.
That's
Change
Yeah.
my answer. No,
There's-
that's all.
Yeah.
Because Owen got
Definitely
that
Owen.
brain rot.
Yeah.
He said he's quitting it today though.
Well, because it's a video of me and I was at a cabin.
How old were you?
'cause It was 2 years ago. I was at a cabin with my friend, and our dads were doing a bike race, and I just started dancing, and he videoed it, and I was singing,
It was
and
bad.
yeah,
It was very bad.
and it's like going around the school right now. So
Dude,
I haven't
own
seen it though.
Own
I haven't
it.
seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, Owen, you just gotta own it.
yeah, like I actually don't even care.
It just means you enjoy life. Like to sing. Who's more likely to have more than 5 kids someday?
Probably Caleb.
I mean,
Just
like
because
you're,
like his whole family already
Yeah,
is
his
like
family's
massive.
huge.
Like
What do you
Yeah,
have,
that's
7
true. That's
siblings?
true.
Yeah, the
Six
pressure's
I have
on.
5.
5, yeah.
5 siblings.
Five.
I had to think there actually. Yeah, I always forgot.
and like
I actually got 6 right now because we got an exchange student right now. So,
Yeah.
how
but
many
you know,
exchange students have you had?
I've had
I think you've had a
2.
couple.
I think 2.
I've had 2. One from France and one from Italy.
Who's most likely to become a millionaire?
Probably
Me.
Caleb?
Probably
Me.
Caleb,
Probably
yeah.
Caleb.
Me.
How?
Caleb's
How?
smart. Sports or
He'd probably have
just
like
smarts?
he'd probably have like a sports business, like an idea or something.
Or
Or a fashion designer, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys
maybe,
think, but like I feel
Or
like I can make
theater.
some crazy drip.
like you
Or
got
theater.
good shoe games. I feel like you could have
Yeah.
like a good shoe.
You know,
I
just
see Caleb as an actor too.
Yeah, you're already in theater.
make some new shoes. You feel
I
me?
feel like you'd be a good actor.
Actor?
Yeah.
No. No.
You're
no.
gonna cook in the play.
No.
Yeah,
do you say?
everybody pull up to that play.
Do you,
please.
do
No.
you like
Hey,
to
can we
flop
get
a
a
lot
date
on
on that
those
play?
charge calls?
Play.
On charges? Ooh. I
You a
should.
big actor?
No.
Okay.
I mean, actually, it depends though. Like,
I know you're getting after a different actor, but
yeah.
there's always those flopping actors in basketball.
Yeah. You actually know that this year they're adding a flopping rule in basketball?
Yeah.
Like if you
Like,
fake it.
yeah, if you fake it, there's like one warning and then a technical.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually,
Uh-huh.
They're being a lot more strict. That's
Yeah.
great.
I don't watch.
We already
Trying
got
to
some in
update.
like our preseason
Yeah,
games.
but what if you run into me? Can I fake it a little bit?
Yeah, well,
You
that's
have
the
to
part
sell
that
it.
I'm
You're supposed
confused.
to sell a
Yeah.
charge.
Dude,
Like,
that's
Yeah.
all. That's part of the.
I don't know how they're gonna
experience.
Go a
determine
If you
little
it.
don't sell a charge, then it's not even like a charge. You just like stumble backwards
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Then you just look bad. If you
Um,
just get hit. And
So I mean,
fall.
like
in
you
the
gotta
little
sell a
kids
charge a
games,
little
I've
bit.
only ever seen one charge happen, and it was like obviously flopped.
I took one the other.
All right, so whatever sport you play, the season just starts. Who's most likely to get hurt first?
Me.
Owen
I'm
is a
so
brittle-
injury
he's
prone,
a
it's
brittle
insane.
person.
I
Is
actually
it like muscles, bones? Like what is it?
everything. Like last night I had a game, and I literally sat in my basement icing my entire legs. I like
You had
I
a-
ran out of ice packs.
Did you have a wrist?
He literally
Thingy,
just
not that
broke
long
his
ago?
toe
broke my
too.
toe.
He broke
like
his toe.
2
His
weeks
knees
ago.
are always hurting.
My
knees are
knees
all
are
bruised
just
up.
not
His
it.
Achilles is always
My,
hurting.
yeah. My mom made me start wearing tennis shoes because my Achilles. It's because I only wear Crocs.
Yeah, it's not good.
I wore tennis shoes for 2 weeks straight, and I think I've worn them 2 times since then.
Yeah.
And it was the day after I broke my toe because we hadn't gone to see the doctor, and I think I just wanted to wear them.
Okay. All right, so Owen's most likely. Who's most likely to become a pickleball pro?
Tyler.
Me,
Tyler,
He already
yeah.
is.
Please
Yeah,
do.
he already
Let's
Tyler?
go.
My dad's actually kind of good at it. Like he asked for a set, and I think he actually practices without me knowing. Like I've seen him play, and he's got like a nasty spin on it, dude.
Yeah, I wonder what like.
I didn't even know your dad played pickleball.
What do you think the prime? Like you know how for most sports, like you're in your
Prime age.
prime mid 20s.
Yeah.
I say
What do you think the
45.
mid prime is for
Yeah.
pickleball?
I think
Well, like
the
I go
prime
to the
for
rec
pickleball,
center.
just
Like
because
I
you
used to
gotta
go to the
run a
rec
little
center. I just see these like 60-year-old men just
I know.
playing pickleball. Like
I think
I
it's
think-
45.
I think peak
Yeah, I think
enjoyment for
45.
it is like 60-ish, like
But-
50. But like
Yeah, there's a
for my
point where like
dad-
you're either like really young and good, or you're really old and having fun.
Yeah.
So I feel like the peak for fun is probably like 50s, but like you can be really good when you're younger because you just.
I feel like it's almost like this, like golf almost, you know?
Yep.
Where it's like kind of just like I don't know, it's maybe not as like relaxing, but
Yeah.
You just gotta be able to cover space and like be able to go up and down the court.
Yeah.
Like strategy a little bit, be able to hit the like.
Hit
If
the
you
ball.
play good tennis and you're like 50, you can be a pro
Easily
pickleball
plays,
player. Definitely.
yeah.
Good. You guys were already like taking people off the board for something else that we might chat about, but I want to know if you could get sponsored by any fast food chain, which would you pick? And once it's said, it's
Ooh.
off.
Oh.
It's off.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
I think.
Owen got the most likelies to, so Owen gets to go first.
Probably In-N-Out.
All right.
I love
that's
In-N-Out.
Ooh, actually,
Not
maybe
the
not.
fries. I hate the fries. But the
Not like
burgers.
animal style fries?
No, animal style fries are the
Oh,
exception.
okay.
But like
Okay.
just plain fries, not.
Yeah.
They taste
Alright.
like cardboard.
Okay.
I'm going.
I don't like
In-N-Out's
that
good.
take.
No.
But the
Connor's
milkshakes.
like,
No,
no,
we're
no,
going to
they're
his
good
left.
too.
We're going to his
No,
left.
I'm
No,
gonna go.
we're going to his left.
Is it me?
Yeah.
No, it's me.
You get rock, paper, scissors.
It's okay.
All three of you. All three of you.
All three of us.
And just see if there's a winner.
Cut.
Dang.
Ooh.
Now it's down to you two.
Bro.
Tyler's second.
You want me to go? Okay.
Yeah, what's your-
You know, I wouldn't hate Dairy Queen. You know.
Okay.
Ooh.
They have
the ice
Just
they
ice
have
cream.
food and it's low key underrated. Like the chili dog, it's
Those things
actually
look
good.
I
Yeah.
could
So
not
many
tell
things.
you the last time I ate.
It's actually good.
at
And then
a
like
Dairy
you
The best
you can
kept
get
secret.
other stuff too, like the
Orange Julius?
cheesecake, or an Orange Julius dude from Dairy Queen.
That's not a bad call. They got a lot of variety.
I had
between
to
dessert
drink an
and
Orange
food.
Julius for half my life because I was allergic to dairy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't experience
Some Mac.
the
What a Mac.
deliciousness of a blizzard until
Yeah.
I was like 9.
What's up? Hey, you want to say hey to everyone?
Hey.
No,
Yeah.
so- are you all done with this? Okay,
Your
thank
turn
you.
next, Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you guys
know,
gonna do rock paper scissors or
geez,
He
was
beat
that?
me.
Just go
Oh, that's
I
right.
beat
You were
him,
out
so-
first. You got beat bad.
Yeah.
All right, what's
You
yours?
know, I think I gotta go Chick-fil-A.
Man.
You know, I knew
you knew you
I-
should.
yeah,
You
I-
I
wanted
was gonna
it.
say it's probably Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
I like that.
You know, just like a good number one meal. Feel me? So
Interesting.
Chicken
Chick-fil-A,
sandwich.
Man.
chicken sandwich, yeah.
I get chicken nuggets.
The waffle fries.
I,
Their fries are good.
Yeah, they're
Those ones are
They are good.
underrated, I feel like. But I don't know, maybe they're overrated. They're good.
the buffalo sauce.
I was out on Chick-fil-A for a long time because it
Their
always gave me
coleslaw's
diarrhea.
good. No one gets.
Mm.
The last time you went.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
Also, like, my brother
I was
works there
against
too,
it.
so it's kind of, you know,
Yeah,
extra little.
you gotta stay loyal.
Yeah, I gotta stay
Did
low.
yours just get stolen? Connor? Was yours Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, mine was
He was like,
He's
dude,
bad.
I'm in deep.
I'm
What do I
thinking about
choose
what I'm
now?
gonna do now. Well, I might get a lot of hate for this. But
Okay.
McDonald's. If we're going sponsor, they're the biggest fast food chain. So
They
you're
also
gonna
killed
get the
some
biggest
people.
publicity.
Yeah,
Actually,
you
It's
see
also
Connor in the
not good
commercial.
for you.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Connor's just sitting
You're
there.
gonna get a lot of publicity. So I think
You're
that's
gonna
a,
be
that's
in
a good
ads
move to
someday.
go.
Fast forward, like, here, 20
don't think
years,
it-
Connor's gonna be like,
And
McDonald's.
like after a game, have you ever, McDonald's after a
True,
game.
yeah.
It hits.
$5 meal deal
Can I
for
say
McDonald's. That thing hits different.
I don't care what people
Costco,
say.
their food is amazing.
Yeah.
Costco.
Is that
Costco.
It's
Is
so
that the
cheap
price?
too.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I want to
no.
be sponsored by the
Sam's.
Costco food court.
Sam's is better than
No,
Costco.
No.
Because Sam's,
Ah,
you get,
no,
you get a
no,
real
no,
pizza.
no.
Sam's, you
Sam's
get a
Club.
pizza that's literally like this, like so big.
Yeah, same with
It's
Costco.
like this.
And then you realize how big.
I know, but
Costco's
theirs is
like-
actually better, and then you get like it's so much more cheaper. I feel
Do they
like,
have a chicken bake?
huh?
Do they
No,
have
They
a
have
chicken
salads.
I feel like though
Do
sometimes
they
No,
have
they
a
got
double
salads.
chunk chocolate cookie?
All right, we just did sponsors, but if you okay, now we're talking about athletes. Is there an athlete that you look up to?
oh,
Like for
Is this-
what reason? Like just
like
overall,
I mean,
like,
it could be. I'm trying to think of. It could be for whatever reason. Maybe they were like, they got the best trash talk in the game. Maybe they got the
Ooh,
best skill in the
Dylan
game.
Brooks.
Maybe they got the coolest brand of shoes. Maybe you like their character. Maybe they're just going to be the next Hall of Fame legend and you're a huge fan.
I think I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say Kobe.
Kobe.
His mentality, like the way he played the game.
Yeah.
He was just special how he played. It was just different. And if we're going shoes too, he's got the best
He had some
basketball
good shoes.
shoes. Yeah.
Yep.
dang, that's hard.
Yeah, so he's a good person to look up to, like for mentality when you're trying to play.
And just for reference, what sports do you guys play? Just because, like,
Basketball.
I play soccer.
Basketball and football.
I play basketball, football, and baseball.
Tyler, you forgot to say pickleball, too.
Oh yeah, pickleball.
There you go,
Mainly
okay.
pickleball.
Do you play baseball?
I
did
used
you
to,
used
but
to?
like the equipment's just kind of expensive.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
All right. What's your athlete?
Dang. That one's so tough, though, because I was actually, like, it's so hard because it's, like, a whole wide range. I feel like I have ones for different things. But maybe I'll have to go with, like, Steph Curry. I feel like that's such, like,
are a big
common,
Steph
though,
guy.
but, like, I've been a fan of Steph Curry since I was, like, 4.
Yeah.
And it's like I just kind of looked up to him, just being like a smaller guard, and that's kind of what I am in basketball. So I don't know. He's been a big inspiration.
He kind of changes the game a little bit.
Yeah, especially
Everyone wanted to hit threes like Steph.
I know.
Owen, who you thinking?
I think like Tim Tebow, just because like he like retired, I think, and didn't he like come back and then get cut again? 'Cause he tried to go to tight end, but
Yeah, I
like
think he was for the Jaguars.
he like persevered through that though. I feel like because he didn't like it didn't stop him, I guess,
Yeah.
from like doing what he wanted to do
Yeah.
even after
And
retiring.
then he went and played baseball. Didn't
Yeah, he played like
Thought
one of
he
the farm
played.
teams,
he? Yeah.
like right below major leagues. He was
Yeah.
playing baseball. Are you a lefty?
No,
Okay, I
I'm
still know.
righty.
All right,
Yeah, I'm not a lefty.
Tyler, who are you
Wrong,
thinking?
right. That's
No.
tough.
I know you're gonna say LeBron.
No, I'm not gonna say
Yes, you
LeBron.
are.
I'm not gonna say LeBron. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna pick a kind of the opposite of LeBron, Tom Brady. You know, because LeBron was like expected to be good, and then he was good. But Tom Brady was like so underlooked. Like he didn't even play bad at college. They just kind of like saw flaws.
He
but
had
then
the
he.
Yeah.
worst
The-
combine
Well, yeah.
performance of all time.
Well, yeah, no, that's fair. But like they saw his flaws in college, and they were like, "Well, this guy's gonna be like a 4th rounder." And then they saw his combine, and he was terrible. And then he's like, well, he was like the 200th pick or something like that. He was
Yeah,
like
he
a
was
day
towards the
3
end.
guy.
He
Yeah.
told Belichick,
Yeah.
"Put me in, and
Yeah.
you will never take me out again."
Yeah.
And he
Do you guys
they
still
didn't.
have like award ceremonies at the end of the school year? Like,
We-
or at least the season? Like for
Yeah.
us when we were growing
Oh,
up, it was
yeah.
like here's
Yeah.
here's who was most
football ones.
improved. Here was the team MVP. Do you guys have that?
I think so, yeah.
I was like, Tom Brady was like he was
days.
most improved year over year. That was what I always got 4 years straight high school. Most improved, and I was like, that's because I started and was just bad.
Yeah.
every year.
Who's yours, Matt?
I gotta go. My childhood for some reason was Dan Marino.
Dan the man.
I don't really know why. I lived in Idaho. Dan the man, you know Dan Marino.
Yeah.
You guys actually know Dan
Dan the
Marino?
man.
Yes.
Like, I
the
don't
Dolphins
know him
quarterback.
that
Yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah.
I know he's at the Dolphins.
You're like he's in that
quarterback.
commercial with all the old
I have
athletes.
his football card.
Yeah,
He
so
went to the
I
undefeated season.
he never won a Super Bowl,
Really?
No,
Yeah.
that wasn't him.
so it wasn't him. But the Dolphins did have the undefeated season.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl. So, all right. So let's just jump in a little bit more because Owen, you first texted me and was like, "Hey, let's talk about sports, faith, everything in between." So, I kind of want to just open it up because I think there's gonna be people who are listening that they're gonna find themselves in a similar spot as you, and maybe it's not sports. They might not be athletes, but they're maybe on a team of some sort. They might be working somewhere, and there's a lot of different lifestyles coming together for one purpose. That's kind of like concept of this. But when it comes to what you guys are talking about with sports, I would love to know, like, what are some of the tensions that you experience being an athlete, following Jesus? And I think it would be helpful to know, like, how do you navigate that? Does anyone have anything that jumps right to the front of their mind that you're like, hey, this is a tension I often experience as I like follow Jesus, navigate sports, or being an athlete? And maybe you're like, I just think it actually benefits everything, and I don't feel a tension, but
I can't think of any yet. But I'll try.
I feel like being accepted is like a big tension.
okay.
Because, like, not like being accepted, but I don't really know how to put it, I guess, but just like a lot of times, like, maybe if you're a Christian, like, you act different or say different things, like, you have different actions than other people that are not Christians. And so then it's like a big exception. Like, sometimes in sports, like, especially for high school, you're going to be with some of these kids for, like, the rest of your career, I guess, in high school. And so it's kind of hard to, like, you know, build a relationship with them. Maybe you don't exactly agree with people, but also trying to, like, be, like, close to them, be friendly, but it's also, like, I don't know, being accepted in the same way, but it's also like hard because you can't do the same things that maybe they would do or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
You guys got any other thoughts on that?
I feel like just like being open about your faith in sports is sometimes hard because you don't like know how
Embarrassing,
people are
yeah.
gonna like react to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess like balance maybe a little bit. Like you gotta balance sports and church, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of like sports ask a lot of your time,
Yeah.
right? And so that's a place where, I think you guys
It's like
are meeting here on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
How I know some of you guys are like, man, there's seasons where I cannot make a Wednesday night because you got so much going on. So I do think that time aspect is a really
And I heard
interesting piece.
I heard one of the sermons with Matt, our preacher. He was talking like not letting things become like a little G God, and like you can't let sports take over your life and become a little G God and distract you from real God. Like
Yeah.
You gotta like going back to Tyler. You gotta balance it well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. One of the tension, and maybe you guys will get to this, maybe you experienced it, but it was something that I looked back on a while because I got made fun of because I didn't drink for a very long time, like have a first drink moment, and it was I was like, why was that? And I realized it was like I committed to sports, and when I was an athlete, it was like I'm not trying to do anything that could disrupt how I feel for practice the next morning. When we got to college, I was an older athlete because I took a gap year. And we signed a contract that was like, even though I was 23 years old, I signed an NCAA contract for the D2 squads that was like, I won't drink or do these things while I'm in season. And they had a list of a bunch of other stuff. And it was like, even though legally I could drink if I wanted to, it was like, I'm committing to something different. I want my body to be as best as I possibly can. I don't want to jeopardize the scholarship that I have. And I think we've seen some teams here and there where they've experienced that, where it's like, oh man, people made a decision and it affected the whole team because of something. So I think just like there's some really cool tensions we experience. And wait, what was that? Oh, we'll go home in like 30 minutes. Do you need something? No? All right, if you want to go out that door, you can run around. And then we're just going to be in here talking. You guys ever just have the like random urge just to like go for sprints?
No.
Not
Or
not anymore. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, did it probably at
Running
some point in
sucks.
time. He just loves to run.
Because you do it in sports. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
it's a
Dude,
punishment
it's
in
always
sports.
a punishment.
But,
Dude,
like,
I still hate running.
Doing something during the running like makes it funner. Like remember when we played that one game during, was it your birthday? Was it Cohen's? Where we got the
Oh, it was
gel
Cohen's.
blaster and we spun the bat and whoever it landed on, you had to
Yeah, we
pick
had
up
a
the gel blaster and you had
It
to
was
run
like a
across the
spin the bottle
yard.
game, but
Nice.
no kissing. It was shooting people.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. That does make it a lot more fun when you do that.
yeah.
So, I mean, like that running was
Someone, I don't remember who mentioned something about time. I think you mentioned a little bit more. What would you, so like, I think you're trying to navigate. Let's just talk a little bit more about that, because I think you guys have figured out some ways to choose, and maybe there's some areas where you're like, hey, here's an area that I'm really struggling on figuring out how to choose my time wisely. But if we just try to put it into like context for people who are committed to a team or sports, it's like you got practice, you got games, maybe you're lifting apart or aside from practice, or stretching, or as you're Owen, you're in an ice bath. You got homework. You also have to go to school for 7 hours a day.
Yeah.
You all live with a family. You got to give them some time. You also have friends. I could even go, some people even have a job that they're navigating through all this. And maybe there's something that you're like, I want to do one thing that I like to do on my own for fun. Now, I'm starting to talk about, like, how do you fit all that into things? How do you keep things a priority, especially when you guys are like, all right, following Jesus is most important, but those things also have to happen in my life. So talk about just a little bit, how do you guys navigate time management, priority management, that sort of nature.
Yeah, I'm really bad with time management.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say. Like, I don't know if I could put in anything that, like, you could do or, like, that I even do good, because I'm not that good at it. Especially, like, when there's so many requirements to sports.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, like,
Takes
you
a
have
lot
to,
of
like,
time.
you have to be eligible.
So you have to.
It's like
go to work in
you
school.
need it. Yeah, you need to go to school. You have homework. High school can be stressful. Like, even life can be stressful. You got practices, like, depending on what you're doing, like football. Like, I know our varsity had like 4.5 hours of practice after school. So it's
Every
like,
day.
it's like during football season, you're busy every single day. Basketball, we
every
have
day.
like 2-hour practices. Like, you have a little bit of time here and there, but then you need to bounce homework. Maybe you, again, family night or, like, family stuff. So I feel like it's, for me, I don't know, like, what I can put in because I'm not that good at it. It's, yeah, definitely hard.
I was checking the cameras over Thanksgiving break here because I was like, did anything happen? And I saw you, I think you were in the gym shooting the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Was that you?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. There was no one else in the gym the week, so if you went, it was
it was definitely me.
I think there's things like that you're kind of like, all right, the gym's closed at school, but I'm still trying to prioritize, you know, the basketball season that's here.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any thoughts when it comes to like, hey, here's the challenges you're experiencing with time, or maybe there's some tricks that you're like, I learned this and it's been super helpful.
Study hall.
Study hall.
So helpful.
Yeah. Are you like, hey, I'm really suffering in school? You're like, no, it's just a super helpful time to knock out a bunch of school
It's
stuff.
just helpful.
Nice
Like you
time.
have an hour and a half to do whatever you want.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
whether it's work or if you need sleep, like you just sleep.
Yeah.
me,
It's
Tyler,
like
and
my B days. I like get to school on my B days. It's like my first class on B days,
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm like,
also my
oh
first
my
class.
gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, study hall.
Hate my B day.
And then me, Owen, and Tyler,
They are
we have
so hard.
a class that has homework every single night.
Yeah.
So
In a
it's-
lot of it
yeah,
too.
it's a good time to get all that done, so we don't have to actually do it at home. Now, I don't think I've done really any homework at home all year.
Yeah, I've just done
It makes
study
it
hall.
really nice.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
my
those
mom like
projects,
starts
though.
to question. She's like, "Do you actually ever have homework?" I'm like, "No, I just do it in
I
study
do it
hall."
all. I do it all earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, were you about to say something about time?
I don't know. I guess it's like whenever there's a project coming up and it's like you got a month to do it, sometimes you just don't do like any of it. You might get like the starting part done and like titling it.
Mm-hmm.
But then like you don't really do anything, and then, you know, the week's coming up and then you start to do it.
Yep.
So I guess like I did that for test corrections, and I just did not have time because we were doing tryouts and all that. So I did not get that test correction done, and so my grade on that wasn't the best. So I mean, like, just like time management's really helpful, because if
Yeah.
I'd managed it just a little bit better, I could have completed it. So
Yeah. Nice.
Think
Go ahead.
like using like what was your question again? Like just the
yeah.
time,
What are
like,
how do you use time, or what are the things you're facing that are really tricky with it? Because there's so much happening
yeah.
in your life.
Well, I think like because I was saying like I don't do the best at that, or like there's so much stuff going on like on in my life, and like I know like for other people too. But I feel like for me, basketball side, I don't really have time to go like work out or go shoot after school, because it's like, again, I homework and then go straight to practice, and it's just kind of that same thing over and over again. So like I wake up early and I go shoot or I go work out. That's my time to go do stuff. So I think like even for balancing like God and in your sports life and stuff, I think maybe even just waking up earlier. Like I know like you get up maybe an hour before school to get ready, feel ready for the day, get some breakfast, and it's like maybe you decide to wake up 5 minutes before then or 10 minutes before then. And it's like
just
only
set
10
aside
minutes
away.
less of sleep, but like you wake up, maybe open up your Bible or just like pray for 5 minutes, and not even like that long, but like just getting 5 minutes each day, I think is like a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great point. I was wondering too, like, what are some other ways that you guys navigate faith with that schedule and that
I have a
busyness?
devotion book. That I
Yeah.
do it. Like I haven't been good about it like this last couple of weeks.
Are you more of like, I like when I do it, it's in the morning, it's at night, it's audio.
I'm
It's at night.
inconsistent.
It's in a book, like it's a physical book, and
Yeah.
then there's like a little thing at the end where you like write about it. But I need to get better about doing that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I get the Bible app like reminders on my phone, and on the bus
Me
it's
too,
like
yeah.
20 minutes because we got a lot of stops.
Yep.
So I read the verse, and then I kind of just make like mental notes, like try to analyze it a little bit. Like if it says like the word or something, you know, connect that to Jesus and all that kind of stuff. So
Yep. Nice.
kind of like that.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to add, Connor?
No,
Yeah.
not for that.
No, it's good. Kind of my only tip and trick that I found was, there was two. It was one, my coaches kind of had a bunch of team captains, and I went to a Christian college, Colorado Christian University, and they would get us, the captains, together at like 5 a.m, and we had a book that we would read through. And so that was like our commitment, because there really wasn't much flex time anywhere else. So I think finding that time, in which to you guys, like you guys have found that on Sunday mornings, right? Like you guys go to church first service, and then you're in here second service, meeting with James and Sheldon. about different things about faith, right?
Yeah.
So I think you guys are also finding pockets that you have some freedom elsewhere that might not be a Wednesday night, that sometimes might not be a church service, that you're then saying, hey, we're going to jump in second service and chat about this. I think the other thing that I found that's been helpful is if I'm working out, usually if I'm lifting, I'm listening to something different. But if I'm on the bike, if I'm walking or trying to run, listening to something is really helpful. Or when I'm driving, just kind of multitasking, where it's like, all right, I'm accomplishing something, but I'm trying to put the thing that's most important in my life in my ears for me to focus on. Like if I'm stretching and you got a 15-minute stretching routine and no one else is around you, just put in something and listen. It's a good little centering deal. But I think that's good. Yeah, time is nuts. Just looking, my son must still be running. He hasn't come back yet, which is nuts. I'm going to ask this next question, and I'm going to let you guys chat. I'll just make sure he's good. This is an interesting question because I think this is not to diminish someone who maybe hasn't made this choice. But I want your perspective on, because I think people are figuring it out. Like, what does faith mean when it comes to sports? What does faith mean for my life? And so I don't want to bag on anyone who's, like, figuring that out. But I want to hear from you, rather highlight, hey, how has Jesus maybe given you a step up when it comes to being an athlete? That maybe you would say, hey, someone who's figuring that out, they might not get to experience this as much as I get to. Does that question kind of make sense?
Yeah, I got something.
All right.
Like, I feel like you play with better morals. Like you're a better leader.
You're like,
when
you know what you're playing
Christ.
for, yeah.
Yeah, you know what you're playing for, and you're playing the right way. I feel like there's people who don't know that yet and haven't like experienced it yet. They aren't like, don't say the best things, don't do the best things out like on the court. But I feel like if you have God, you know like what's right and wrong, and you're just a better athlete.
Yeah. I think you also have, like, more confidence because, like, you, like, know what you're playing. Like, obviously, like, for me, I'm so competitive, so, like, I push to be the best. But, like, I know, like, what, like, some people, like, I'm trying to think of, like, the verse. It's like the playing for, like, God or, like, not for men, whatever that.
Colossians
3:23.
Yeah,
3:23.
Yeah, that's my favorite verse.
But
He just wants to steal everything.
yeah.
Your restaurant,
Yes.
your verse.
Caleb.
No, but I think just knowing, like, who you're playing for and, like, knowing that, like, you don't need to go impress anybody else. He doesn't care, like, how good you do. And you're still going to be competitive, but I think just knowing that gives you an advantage in sports and stuff.
Yeah. I'll get you in a second, buddy. There was something CJ Stroud recently was like, "Hey, as I follow Jesus, was this something you just said it? You just said it." So you were like, "Hey, there's times when following Jesus that you try to hold yourself to a different moral standard." And he just like a week ago was like, "Because I follow Jesus, I try to say things differently than maybe I want to." He's like, "I don't always get it right. I get caught up in the moment, but I'm trying to use my platform to kind of use a different language."
Yeah.
Let me do this. You guys were talking about different athletes. Let's chat about that. I'm gonna go help this guy. You guys chat about who's my favorite? Was it Christian athlete that you guys were wanting to chat about?
Christian athlete.
All right, you guys. I already stole your thunder.
Yeah.
We'll let Connor start.
We'll let Connor start.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Now that we're already on
My
this.
favorite is, like he says, CJ Stroud. It's because he's open about his faith when he plays. Like, in press conferences, he's always, first thing he says is, like, he thanks God. He has a whole speech, like, for God, like, after every game. And he's not scared. He just says it.
Like win
And,
or loss, he still dedicates it
Yeah.
to God.
Yeah, he's very open about his faith. And I think that's cool to be open about your faith like that, to not be scared. I think that's important as an athlete. Just not be scared and just be open about it. So, yeah, CJ Stroud's my athlete.
He can also be like, because he's the quarterback, he's like the leader too. So it's like,
So he gets to
cool
really
that
project
then he can
that.
really project it. Yeah, and it's cool that he can't, like, that he's not afraid to.
Yeah.
So.
Next.
You want me to go next? Man,
Don't steal Connor's, but he already went.
I think
yeah.
I would say Jonathan Isaac.
That's a good one. I'm not
Yeah.
even mad.
I think he's just a cool. He plays for the Magic, in the NBA right now. He's not like that big of a name, but I think it's just cool because, kind of like C.J. Stroud, he just balances faith with sports. Like he's still good at sports, but he also balances it. And I think I don't know. He's just cool person to look up. Yeah, he has shoes too.
Yeah.
Those are clean.
Yeah, they're called like Judah ones. They're tough.
Yeah,
they're tough.
clean.
They're so clean. Unite Us, I think, is what is.
Yeah.
Brand
Is
is
he the
called.
first athlete to like have a shoe, like a Christian shoe?
I think so.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen any
Uh-huh.
others. So
they're
yeah,
tough.
that's cool.
hmm
Owen?
I'd say Russell Wilson, just because like he's open about his faith, like C.J. Stroud is, and he's like a good leader, even though he might not be like the starting player all the time. Like
Right now he is.
He is right now, but it helps when the backups are not very great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he takes even the opposing team and they go and pray at half or in the end zone before games, and yeah, he's a good leader too. So.
Yeah. I respect him as a player. Like,
Not a very good player, but
He was a Bronco.
he
so.
was a Bronco. But it's not like I'm a Broncos fan anyway.
all right.
All right. What about you, Tom?
Another Bronco player, probably Tim Tebow. You know, he had that 316-yard game. I know Connor was talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
mad.
It's
Um,
yeah.
It was the 3-year anniversary from when he wore like his
16,
first
yeah.
316 Bible verse,
On
like
his
on his
Yeah.
on his eye black,
Oh yeah, I black.
and it was he
Here, I
passed
can
for
look it up.
316 yards.
He averaged.
He averaged 3.16
Yeah.
yards per carry, and then I think
And I think it was on there like.
Tebow?
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah, Tebow.
after, didn't he say something after in the interview or something like that?
he, I don't know. It was just a lot about like the 316.
Yeah, he had 316 passing yards, averaged 31.6 yards per completion, and he the CBS broadcast peaked at 31.6 rating between 8 and 8:15 p.m. Yeah, it's
Sheesh.
just a crazy game.
I mean, like that, and like I've also heard him thank him in interviews a little bit. And he's not the best player ever, but he still stuck with it. Like he didn't thank God or like ask God for him to be good, and then he didn't turn out well in the NFL, and he like abandoned him. He still stuck with it.
Yeah.
So I respect him for.
Okay, so you were Tebow,
Tebow,
C.J. Stroud,
Yep.
Stroud.
Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac.
Russell Wilson.
Right.
Who deers?
Who's your
You
guy?
didn't want to go with a soccer player?
No.
There aren't really. I can't.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I've like followed Russ's faith for a while. So
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of just like
Russ.
Broncos country. That's right.
get out.
I mean, right now, all I can really think of is just shameless plug because David Bodie was on here. Cubs
Oh
player.
yeah.
Really like that guy. So
Yeah.
I might go with David Bodie. You know,
Yeah.
I missed that episode.
I'll just plug another episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shamelessly, I will. But no, I really like that guy.
Yeah.
Really good dude.
What position does he play? I don't
Um,
watch
There's some
baseball.
cool basketball players for GCU,
Oh, Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon University.
Yeah, they got some
It's my brother.
good players.
They have some good players, but it's also cool to see how because it's a Christian college, which doesn't mean that all of them are Christians, but it's cool to see how some of them balance their faith and stuff.
Yeah.
I know one player last year I was watching March Madness. His name is Gabe McLaughlin, and he would carry out a Bible during the warm-ups and stuff, or he would run out with the Bible and he'd put it on his seat.
Oh yeah.
And it was he and this other dude, and they'd put it on their seat and just kind of I don't know, just it's so cool. And he carried his Bible everywhere, so he always brought it to all the games.
Wasn't he?
And then he'd pray before with his Bible.
He was in the dunk contest, right?
Yeah, he actually
this
won it.
GCU.
Yeah,
dunk
he won the
I
GC.
saw
Yeah.
that.
It's cool, though.
In
Hey.
our small groups for Wednesday nights, we watch a video. It's Be Bold, and one of them was a football captain, and he talked about how he does devotions in his car every day, and one of his players, one of his teammates, came up to him. He's like, "How are you so close to God while being in school and sports?" And he just talked to him about it. And now they do devotions next to each other every day before school.
Yeah. That's sweet. I love that. I want See that big camera over there? Go right now. Ask Gabe to be on the show sometime.
Okay.
Give,
Okay.
give him an
yeah,
invite.
shout out Gabe.
Okay. Wait, like
No, you can still sit there.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'll zoom in and
Point at
post.
it, yeah.
Gabe, we need you to be on Rocky Students podcast. Like
There you go.
now, here soon.
Yeah, your season.
You know
will
what?
be
Wait,
done in a little bit.
he's actually playing. He's on a contract right now for the Denver Nuggets, so he's in
Be out
Colorado.
here.
We
It's like
appreciate if you came
we
on.
need you.
Yeah, come
We're
on.
gonna send you this clip.
Yeah,
Jump in your we'll talk to your agent or your DMs or whatever it
Mhm.
is.
yeah.
Okay.
Love your stuff.
Uh huh. We're gonna send you this. We'll get you out here.
Y'all will show up.
Yeah,
show
we'll
up.
definitely
Yeah,
show up.
Definitely.
Okay. We'll see what we can happen. Come on, Gabe. Pull up.
Yeah,
Make
pull
it
up.
happen. Make it happen. One of the things that when I was talking about just how might following Jesus be different than people who are figuring that out or they're like, hey, that's not my choice. I think I get to sit in a different spot than you guys. You guys are in it. And I think I got to see a lot of people at some point in time, their athletic career end. And so much of them as an athlete was their full identity. And so it was like who I am, the value that I bring to life, the way that people think about me,
It's all
all is
sports.
based off of how successful I am in my craft or my sporting event. And I think I saw the athletes who ended their career with that next level of, hey, I'm still going to have to figure out what's next for me. But because of the way that I committed to my life for Jesus and how that was actually more important than the win I got, like, sure, an 0-16 season in football is
Not
going to be miserable.
Yeah.
But I think it gives it a little bit of extra hope or joy, knowing that when football season ends, there's still a purpose for you. And so I think that is something that I got to see that you guys will experience at some point in time. But maybe you could think about that too. Like, man, what does that look like for me when this is all said and done? How can I start building stepping stones in my face so when sports does drop off, or when Owen goes through his 100th surgery for some like shattered bone, he's like, I still got God though. All right, I still got God.
Yeah, it's like the story like with the like you don't want to build your identity on sports because it's like building your house on the sand.
Yeah.
Like it could wash away and it's not set in stone. But like if you put your identity in God, it's like built on the stone and it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You also have so much more hope
Yep.
in just playing.
Yeah.
You know that your life doesn't just depend on sports. Although sports are like fun and like you want to be competitive at it again and try to be the best you can.
Yeah.
You know that that's not the only thing you
Yeah.
have, I guess.
Yeah. I would love to know what you guys, when specifically when it comes to sports and your faith, where's an area that you're trying to challenge yourself and grow in right now that combines the two? So whether it's about time or whether it's about, building a platform to use for Jesus. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, the opportunities are endless. But I'm just wondering about, like, for you specifically, what is something that you're working on when it comes to your faith that somewhat plays in?
I'll go first. I'll say
Connor's got it.
just trying to be more open with it and not like hiding it as much. Just be open and be loud with my faith when I play sports.
Yeah.
And like make it known.
Yeah.
That's what I'll work on.
Have you found anything that's like this is working really well right now?
Not quite yet. I'm working on it though.
Yeah. Was it uncomfortable at first?
Yeah, because you don't know what everybody's gonna think of you. But again, it doesn't matter what people think of you.
Yeah.
So
Can I ask one more clarifying question of just like, I'm curious about what's kind of the angle that you take with it? Because I think I've experienced both. One of the ways is like some people hit it with a little bit of the, hey, I'm better than other people because of this. I think the other way is a little bit more like, hey, I'm using this to try to hold myself to a standard, encourage my teammates. I'm just curious of like, what's the approach that you found?
Trying to encourage my teammates and just like, because for football, before every game, I would pray with the whole team.
Yeah.
So that was a way for me being like open about it and just let it be known, I guess, is what I'm kind of going with that.
That's good. Love that. I mean, we can work our way around unless someone over here is like, I'm ready to go.
I can go.
All right, Owen.
So like the last couple games of our season, I started like praying before games, and like as I got more comfortable, I feel like I asked other people if they want to like pray with me, like I'll pray over you before a game. And I did a couple of times, like people did, and then like other times they just like forgot. So
Yeah.
I like just prayed for it by myself.
So you're trying to be more open with it too.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have a goal for the next season of like, hey, here's how many times I'll try to knock it out?
I guess it's like, because your coaches aren't allowed to be like
Yeah.
involved in it in high school.
Yep.
It's like a chancellor rule, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I guess just being more open, like with my teammates, like I don't really care. Like I'm Christian and like they should know that, I guess.
Yeah.
And like if they want to pray, they can pray with me.
Yep.
Nice. All right, Tyler, Caleb,
You want to go?
Yeah, I can go. I feel like you guys already said it. I don't want to like hop on the
You could
bandwagon, but
piggyback.
like I feel like for me it would be like a mix of time, like spending more time just in the Word of God, or like spending more time, and then also being more open, I think. Just because it's like, again, it's so hard. Like there's so many like expectations people have of sports players, and it's kind of like you put out that you like your faith or something, and it feels like it's harder, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think just being more open.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably piggyback off you a little bit of the time, just be able to like, spend more time in church, go to Rocky on Wednesdays, read the Bible more consistently outside of like in the morning, like maybe at night, and get a little bit better at praying, be able to pray for other people and having that confidence,
Yeah.
Nice. It's cool. I appreciate you guys sharing. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. It was just like, what are other people maybe can join you in that? Like, how are they navigating some of those things? Or, going through it. It's good. I don't necessarily have a ton more questions that I was going to bring up, because I think you guys have covered a bunch. But is there something that you're like, hey, I feel like we were really missing this that we were hoping to chat about today?
He said that we were going to do our favorite verses.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
We could do that, yeah.
Yeah. I think so I texted you guys like last night?
Yeah.
And was like, hey, what are some favorite verses that you guys love that
I want to put this one on my shoe.
I have Bible verses on my
are you
shoe.
talking about like in the
Sorry, that was
Nike
so, like,
design
out of the
editor,
blue.
or are you like talking about like with a permanent marker?
Pen?
I would want to do it with like a Sharpie, I think.
Yeah.
I have two Bible verses. I have one
That's
on
sharp
each.
in there.
Yeah.
Usually they're on stands,
Oh, yeah, no, it's okay.
so you're just gonna cut your finger if you spin it in.
Let's go first.
I'll go first.
All right, hold on.
My favorite Bible verse is Ephesians 6:11, and it's put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. And I guess like in like my faith with soccer and other sports, I guess it's like through whatever it is you're going through, like win or loss, or just not even in sports, like you have the armor of God. Just walk with it.
Yeah. Love it. That's good. Thanks for sharing. I like that.
I can go.
Yeah.
I feel like a big one for me is Joshua 1:9, and it's, have I commanded you not? Be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid or discouraged. And then, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And I think that's just a big one for me because, again, we live in, like, a world where there's so much judgment, or, like, I don't know, people try attacking you in certain ways, or, like, Christians, or not even just Christians, just, they try putting you down or something. And we definitely have, like, we live in a evil world, or, like, hard world where it's hard to be, I don't know, Christian and stuff. So I think that's big, to just knowing that, I guess, for me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You want me to go, Connor?
Yeah,
All
you
right.
can go, Tyler.
All right, Tyler.
Mine is Psalms 41 and 2. And it's I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard me cry, and then he lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire, and he set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. So, I mean, like, it's kind of true. It's not literally putting me out of a clay
What
place.
is your slimy pit right now that God's pulled you out of?
I guess he helped me get closer to him a little bit. Like, it's kind of like distant a little bit. Like, I'm going to church every Sunday, but, like, now I'm at Bible study and groups and Rocky on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So there's that. He helps me connect with other people here. Like, when I moved here from California, like, I was kind of struggling with my friends. But now it's just kind of easier,
It's
I'm
cool.
an OG. I was Tyler's friend in 4th grade when he moved.
You guys are OGs.
Did you go Legacy?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Legacy.
Owen's
used to play- we used
gonna
to
be
play
going around
football.
asking you guys now. What's your
Oh, yeah,
what's your
we-
slimy pit you're going
Yeah,
to?
slimy
What
pit.
is your
Slimy.
slimy
Hey,
pit?
if you see him on a Wednesday night, you'd be like, "What's your slimy pit, Owen?
Yeah.
What's going on?" And then you gotta tell him.
Just everybody just come up to Owen.
I hope you just
That's a
get
good
Yeah.
icebreaker right there. Hey, what's your slimy pit?
Yeah, what's
that
your
God's helped you
slimy
get out
pit
of?
that God has helped you out of?
Like what?
We
Nah,
should
just
have
you
that
can't
be
even
on-
say
on-
God helped you out. You just gotta be like, "What's your slimy pit?"
What's your slimy
What's
pit?
your slimy
Like,
pit?
it's
See
like-
what people come up with.
Yeah, like on Sunday mornings we should. What's your slimy pit instead of like what was like the good thing this week and what was your bad week?
Yeah.
What was your slimy pit?
This week.
We need to get
It's-
Matt, like
it's kinda
Matt.
like-
Cody?
Yeah,
it's
no,
kinda like a
Big
God
Matt.
thing.
No, don't they call you Small Matt and him Big Matt?
I've
Because
got-
like you're bigger, but like
Yeah, I think he likes to call me Lil Matt.
Lil Matt. Well, Big
he's
Matt,
tiny.
we need to get him to say it and like open the service up and be like,
What's
your slimy pit? And like
Yeah,
put it
we'll
up
open
on the
with that
screen and
first,
be like,
yeah.
I want you guys to think about that.
We'll send him this clip.
I say my favorite verse is Colossians 3:23. It says, "Whatever you're doing, work at it with enthusiasm as to the Lord and not for people." Like basically, whatever you do, work at it as if working for the Lord and not for everybody around you. Like work for the Lord, and basically, you just gotta work for the Lord.
Like that. Sweet. Yeah, kind of the whole like, hey, where am I focusing on?
Yeah.
For everyone else. That's good. Appreciate you sharing those. They're super helpful. And I think just really encouraging. It's fun to kind of hear what you guys are leaning on or what's kind of helping you guys push through whatever season you're in or fighting through. You guys at one point in time said, like, hey, are we going to start a pod? Are we going to do another student takeover sometime? Have you guys figured out what y'all are going to do someday?
I think it's going well.
I liked it.
Like,
It
I
was-
like
it was
it.
Gone,
You
yeah.
guys are like, you want to do this again sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be up.
Get Mason on.
Yeah, we need to get
Yeah, it was
Mason
like
on
y'all
and
dropped like
Judah.
flies. We're missing almost half of
Yeah.
What is
Well,
Mason's-
Mason
what's
is being a
his-
Christmas elf right now.
Mason was a crocodile.
Mason was a crocodile.
Judah
We need a
was
crocodile on this one.
Shmee?
Yeah, he was Shmee.
Oh, yeah.
Shmee. He's like Captain Hook's right-hand man.
My right hand
Yeah.
man.
All right, so you do this again.
Yeah, we
Okay.
need to do this again.
Or is it his
Alright.
left
We
hand?
should-
Which hand
We'll
doesn't
figure it
even
out.
have an arm on?
We should like make our own podcast. Not even like
If you do, put it in the comments
Double
on this.
You're not having
No,
your
no,
hand
no,
on
no,
it.
It's gonna be the
Double
Lost Boys
Boys.
podcast.
No, yeah, the Lost
We
Boys. That would
named you
actually
here, and you just
the
keep
Lost
going.
Boys podcast.
All right, if you
Yeah.
guys start one, put one in the comments on this video. All right, people can go find it out.
I think
We'll
slimy
like
pit
pin
should
it.
be our name.
Yeah, we should actually.
Wait,
slimy
put what
pit.
in the?
If you guys start a
The
YouTube,
slimy pit.
like
Okay.
or another podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
And shout out
Then we-
Gabe.
yeah,
Gotta
we
get
could do,
Gabe
like-
on.
Yeah,
We could
Gabe.
have like guests
That'd be a
on our
break.
podcast.
That'd be a breakthrough.
Yeah.
Please join Gabe.
Come on.
Please join Gabe.
All right, to end this out, I want to know. It's a debate that me and my brother have been having for years. All right,
Nike or Nike?
and I'm gonna give you a Adidas or Adidas.
Adidas.
I'm gonna give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and y'all just give me the answer, and then we'll close this pod out.
Oh,
all
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Which sport is better, basketball or baseball? 3, 2, 1.
Basketball.
Enough said, brother. You took the L. Hey, we love you guys. Jesus loves you. Thank you all for being on this podcast. Love you guys. Excited to see what this next season brings. With that, we love you. Jesus loves you. Peace.
Peace. Thank you, Matt.
Go.
That was awesome.
Yeah.